Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Martin, the Associate Director of Forecasting at Dodge Construction Network, and today we'll be looking at the Dodge Momentum Index for the month of August. Now, as a reminder, the DMI tracks the 3-month moving value of non-residential building projects as they enter their earliest stages of planning. We don't include projects over $500 million, and we exclude manufacturing and transportation projects as well. This index typically leads construction spending by about 12 to 18 months, although that lag has been inching up through the first 7-8 months of this year. Now, we had another somewhat surprising month for the Dodge Momentum Index. We saw the DMI hit a historical high once again of 301, so up 7.5% from the downwardly revised reading of 279.9 in June. Commercial planning was up 9% over the month, and institutional planning was up 5%. Now, keep in mind that because the DMI does use a 3-month moving average, the really strong July reading will continue to kind of create this upward momentum in the index overall. So we did see some pullback in the raw unadjusted data, but the overall index, the 3-month moving average, is still stronger. On the commercial side, all sectors sustained momentum over the month, but a lot of that growth continued to be centered around data centers and warehouses. We also saw some pickup in activity in hotels as well. And parking garages or service stations, they continue to experience very strong growth. So 2 months in a row now that momentum has been very strong. On the institutional side, education and healthcare planning did decelerate from last month's growth. The raw unadjusted data was showing declines, but again, that 3-month moving average and the indexed data continued to remain positive, just obviously slowing down from the massive growth that we saw in July. We also saw a slew of detention facility and court building projects enter planning in the month of August, so certainly that's supporting some of the growth we saw on the institutional side as well. So in August, the DMI was up 51% when compared to year-ago levels. The commercial segment was up 38% from August of 2024, and the institutional segment was up 84% over that same period. If we remove all the data center projects over the last couple years, we would see commercial planning still actually be up about 38% from those year-ago levels, predominantly driven by an uptick in warehouse and automotive planning. So as we stated last month, it's likely that owners and developers, when they're assessing these project costs, that they're now factoring in much higher material costs and higher labor costs. So those inflationary pressures might also be something to consider here when you're looking at the growth in the DMI. In general, though, we know that owners and developers are likely recognizing that uncertainty is not going to go away. So they're moving forward on these projects that will likely break ground in late 26, early 2027, which is pretty in line with our forecast as well. We have GDP ramping up in 2027 after a more subdued 2026. So I think owners and developers are beginning to maybe gain some confidence in that year-out trend. All right, that about wraps it up for this month. Thanks so much for watching.